Hello, hello, hello. I'm Andrea Stevens,
And I'm Jeanette Mejias, and we are Web's Women.
where exposure brings strength. Hello, Jeanette. Hello, episode 104, I think.
Hello, how are you, my dearest?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing?
I am good. Today
Good.
kicks off my staycation. This is the first
Yay.
first year in 6 years that I have not actually had a vacation.
You haven't gone on
Yeah,
vacation.
right. This will be the first time in 6 years that I'm not
Yeah.
going somewhere. But that's okay. You know,
Yeah.
things change,
Yeah.
and I'm enjoying my staycation. And
Yeah. Listen, it'll be
yeah,
great waking up in your own bed and sleeping in if you
yeah,
can. I
yeah.
know
I'm
that's a
just
little bit
turning
difficult, but
off the work brain.
right.
Work
Right.
brain needs to turn off. So
Right.
happy
Like,
about that.
yeah, you can take
What
a
about you?
nap. You can take a nap in the middle of the day.
I can. I can. I think I will tomorrow. I
Mm,
never get to do that. Especially, when my mom has those nights that she does not sleep,
yeah.
even though I have a home health aide. I can't take a nap if I got to be on Zoom
Right.
meeting calls or
Right.
drive to my office or blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. But now she naps and you nap all at the same time.
Well, right. Yeah. And it's like kind of like, I kind of feel like, all right, watch, right? Like
Yeah.
because I'm off, like, I won't.
Don't text me and say, "Hey, I'm going to take a nap." I'll be jealous. Don't. I've never been a napper though. I have to say I don't nap. I used to try for a 20-minute power nap before I'd go to the bars in college. I could
Oh,
not
I
do it.
love napping.
Oh,
Oh,
I'd lay there.
fun.
I couldn't do it. And
Really?
if I did pass out, forget it. I'm not getting up. I'm just not.
Mm.
Yeah, I had such a hard time.
Well, I have to tell you this. I went today to the premium outlets to do, you know, school clothes shopping for the boys, back to school
Yeah. Yeah.
clothes shopping. And, I'm getting all, I guess, brave with myself.
Mhm.
Um, I wore flip-flops and I forgot how much walking there is to do in those outlets. Let me
Mm.
just tell you, as the hours, went by, I got this shooting pain going through the back of my heel. I saw the
Oh.
stars.
Oh,
I couldn't even walk. I just,
really?
it doesn't, things don't come out of nowhere. So anyhow, fast forward, get home. I couldn't even get out of the truck. I was like, oh my God, I can't even put pressure. What the hell? Oh my God. So I'm like, oh my God, woe is me, blah, blah, blah. I can't wrap my head around it. I was perfectly fine. Why am I getting this pain? So I was like starting to think, I have not worn these flip flops like in a while.
Oh.
And I'm like, I bet you it's these fucking flip flops. I take them off. Now my pain level was like a 10. I take them off. I mean, I'm just still have pain. The pain went from a 10 to like a 7 immediately.
As soon as you took them
So
off?
by taking off my stupid flip
Jeez.
flops.
Hmm.
So the point of me sharing this is that, ladies, it's very important that you have good footwear when I'm a woman of a particular age. But I'm just saying, even, even for you younger ladies, don't abuse your
Yeah.
feet because
Well,
you
and
will pay
it was
for
an
it.
outdoor that those outlets are an outdoor mall. So you're
It
outdoors
is. You
walking
have to
and
have
you need sneak.
proper
Yeah, you need sneakers.
proper footwear. And
Yeah.
I was not thinking, well, they're very comfortable flip-flops. And yeah, no. So
Hmm.
I'm paying the price, but it's all good.
Jeepers.
Some ice, little bit of vino for a
Mhm.
nightcap. I'll be good to go.
All right. You got
I'll
that
feel
salve. You got
myself
that
come
CBD salve.
tomorrow.
Put that stuff
Huh?
on. You got that CBD salve. Put that on.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have to
Yeah, put it on
drench
your
it on
feet.
my heel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do it.
Girl.
Do it. Do it. It'll take the
Yeah,
inflammation down.
yeah.
Yeah. So wear sneakers. That's the point of this call today and this
Yeah.
conversation. Wear sneakers.
And your foot inserts if you have plantar fasciitis like I do.
You have those problems and you still wear those stupid
Yo,
flip flops.
yo, yes. I have fucking inserts. I remember I posted that shit like 2 years ago. I'm like,
Oh.
what is happening? I mean, I just can't. But hey, listen,
Oh.
if that's the worst of my problems, then I'm okay. I have to, count my blessings.
Yeah. Hey,
You
I
know?
mean, if that's
But
the only thing you got going on. Who
oh
knew? Who knew we were
my
going to talk about your feet today?
God. Yeah, girl. Footwear matters. Take care of your feet.
Mm.
Make sure that when you wear cute shoes, you have a backup, flats so that
Yeah.
you're not,
I always
really
say I got to
putting your
leave
feet.
some of my sneakers. I have 3 pairs, and I'm like, I need to put pair of my sneakers in my car. So I
Yeah,
always
you
have them
have
in the
to.
car with socks in case. And I never do, but I say I'm gonna, but I don't.
Yeah. I mean, that's what's going on with me. Staycation and
Nice.
foot
Nice.
problems.
Nice.
But what's going on
Well,
with you? What's shaking
nada.
and baking, girl?
Nothing. You know, just always doing my thing. Always doing my thing. A little self-reflecting, a little football with the kid, a little trying
Yeah.
to coach my kid through his anxiety. I think he's playing
Uh,
football for the first time, so he's confused sometimes with, they gave him a position, but then they were putting him on offense and they were putting him on defense. And then he was trying to decipher, well, you're calling, you're calling the first line in or the second line in or whatever the case may be. And then instead of that, you're calling his last name and then he's all over the place. Right. And I said, okay, you know me, right?
mhm.
You know me. I'm like, I'm going to sit at this practice all day. I'm going to talk to the coach and I'm going to make sure that they understand.
Oh my
Because,
God.
well, yeah, I mean, I'm not that, crazy, but I did watch the practice. I
But
wanted to
you're
see
crazy.
how he was doing, but I am crazy. But I did but you know what? I went to go tell the coach, but he already noticed, and he said, listen, he's like, I noticed that he was confused. I said, okay, good. Because this is what I wanted to tell you. Like, he's confused. Like, you guys got him offense and defense. Like, he just doesn't know enough of the game to
Yeah.
know
And
where
it's
he's
his
got to
first
go.
time, right?
Right, right. And he'll get it. He'll get it. It's just going to take some time. But I know the coach yelled at him and he cried after the game,
Mm,
and so I was
yeah.
like, listen, and I told him today, I was like, there's some shit you just got to let people talk and say, whatever, fuck you, dude. You don't have to say, fuck you, dude, but you in your head say, whatever, fuck you, dude. Keep yelling. Sound like, you know what I mean? Whatever. Like, you have to let it go.
Mm.
And I said, especially in a sport, because coaches are going to yell. They're going to yell
Well, he's picking
and
a
whatever.
sport that,
Like,
that
you just got
that's
to
what
have a thick
happens. Coaches
skin.
are hard on their
Yeah.
players.
And he needs to learn to have a thick skin. I mean, because the world's going to eat his ass up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he needs to have a thick skin. And he was like, I know. I held back the tears until I got to the car, but the only reason is because I was pissed. And that's what he said to me. I was pissed. So I cried. I go, well, that's like your mother. If I can't swing and hit somebody, then I cry because
Yeah.
I want to get that anger out, you know? So
Yeah.
I get that. I get the emotion behind it, and it was the first game and it was under the lights and there was so much going on. And do you know what I mean? And I think the coaches were confused as well. They were confusing
Mhm.
each other. Like, they were yelling at each other a little bit about who, you know what I mean? About who's going where,
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
so that happened. Anyway. Yeah. So I think having a backbone is important, and making sure you kind of let things roll off your shoulders a little bit. And that's kind of what I wanted to tell him. But I also wanted to make sure that he, you know, the coaches understood
I
too.
think the most important question that he has to start asking himself in any situation, football, school, and I say this, to my kids too, whatever they're going through, like you hit that hiccup or roadblock,
Mhm.
what am I supposed to be learning from this?
Yeah.
What should I be learning? It's, there has to be,
Yeah.
something that you should be learning.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think when you
Well,
start to
I
have
think
that
too, like
narrative,
you
you
and
think differently about where you're at in that moment.
mhm.
Like,
Yeah. But you
it's
can't
just
take things that people say and you can't take them to heart. You know what I mean? Like I take things to heart, I notice too, when necessary. You know what I mean? But you can't take things to heart, like it's, you know what I mean? I feel like on the field, right? You might be getting yelled at about whatever, but in the end, like it's not directed at you. Like you're, like for him, I want him to understand, like, you're not a bad player. You're not a bad kid. You didn't do anything wrong,
mhm,
right? That was going to hurt someone else. Like there was nothing there that was lethal. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, so
yeah,
what? Like you're gonna have to learn to let it go. There's some
mhm,
things you just have to be like, whatever,
yeah,
and let
yeah.
it go.
He'll
And
get there.
and he knows he's
He's
learning. You know what I mean?
young.
He knows he's learning, but I mean, I think I don't know. I think some of it too is I just wanted to watch him a little bit today because I never sat at a full practice. And I wanted to sit there. And it's funny because he had them running, right? And my son, he's got this fear of throwing up, and it's an obsession that he's going to be sick and he's going to throw up, right? So
Mm,
here we are at the beginning of practice. They start running, and the coach is yelling, right? The coach is yelling.
mhm.
Um, he was yelling, you're gonna run hard, you're gonna run hard. And if you have to throw up, there's the garbage can, right? They're yelling. If you gotta puke, there's the garbage can, right? Of course, Blake looks over at me. I'm sitting over my chair. He looks over at me, and I kind of didn't, he had his helmet on, so I didn't say anything. But after he comes over like to the side after he's done running, takes off his helmet. And of course, me in my mouth, right? I'm like, Blake. And he looks over at me. I was like, don't listen to any of that shit. And this is me yelling, right? Everybody can hear me. I said, don't listen to any of that shit. You're not going to throw up. There's nothing going on that you're going to have a problem with. Run like you mean it. You aren't going to throw up.
Why would he say throw up?
So, but that's what the coach has said. You're going to run hard. You're going to push yourselves the next 2 days. If you got to throw up
Well, I
from
guess
running,
there are some
there's the
people
garbage.
that
And I
do
was like,
throw up. Yeah.
maybe, but I don't need that as a focus on my kid's
Right.
head when
That's
he's
the
running.
wrong
He's
word
going
to
to, right.
say because
Because he
that's all
has
he's
that
going to anchor
anxiety.
on. He's only
Yeah.
going to anchor and perseverate on what
Right. Like
throwing.
someone like me though is going to be like whatever cuz I'm not nervous about that. I don't care about it, whatever. And I'm not somebody that ever exercised or played a sport and threw up. I never have. So for me, and I told my kid, like, you've never been that way anyway. You've ran in soccer and ran and ran and ran and ran and ran, like, and you never got sick. So that should never be something that's in your head, but it is. And that's his thing. That's his trigger. Right. And I know it's a trigger, but I couldn't let them, like, I had to say something to him directly, when he was on the sidelines, because I'm not gonna, I want to make sure. Then
Well,
when
he needs to
then the coach was coming
understand.
off the field, and I said, stop telling my kid he's going to throw up. Stop telling him where the can is, and stop telling him he's going to throw up. He goes, what, you want me to tell him that he's going to throw up and I'm going to make him throw up? I was like, we're about to fight. I was like, if you think I won't fight you in this field, you're crazy.
But I think it's
And he
really
starts
important,
laughing, but
to be transparent with the coach and let him know what Blake comes with so
they
that
know.
he can,
They know. They all know. They all know, and they
well,
let him
then,
go. They let him go to the sidelines. I
yeah.
think, listen, but the thing is, there's a million kids on that team. To watch every little thing you say that could trigger someone is too much. My kid's got to know that he's not going to, like, you're not going to throw up. Whether it comes from my mouth or somebody else's, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I had to make sure that, because I knew he was like worried, right? He was completely like stressed out. I can see his
Mm,
hands fidgeting, like, oh shit, I'm going to throw up,
right.
But I mean, and every kid has a trigger, but you can't pinpoint one kid when you got all those kids out there, you
Well,
know?
I tend to disagree.
Well, I
you
said my
know,
piece. I mean, I said my piece. I said,
because
those are fighting words. I said my piece.
I think that, coaches have to have inclusiveness, and, you have to really understand that kids, I know that sport is comes with its things, right? Its
Yeah.
perimeters, but I think that you have to learn how to, the kids are different now, and you have to learn
The kids
how
are different
to.
now, but you know what? I'm going to be honest. When I played, I don't remember one coach, not in my softball days, fast pitch softball, my any of anything through my years of softball. I don't remember when I played basketball, when I was cheerleading. I danced for 15 years. I never, ever, ever, ever had one person ever mention that it could happen to you if you run too much or if you do that. Never, never. It was never said. We just hustled our asses off and that was the end of it. There
Yeah,
was
I
no,
know,
we
I
didn't have
know.
to say, you know what I mean? Well,
You
if you
have to
get sick,
watch your
if you,
words.
yeah.
I just think, like,
I just feel like nobody's ever said that before. Nobody's ever had
yeah,
to. If a kid did, they did, but it wasn't ever like, we never really,
yeah,
we didn't, I don't know. I mean, so they didn't sugarcoat us back then and they're not going to sugarcoat it now. I'm glad. I don't want to see the coaches do that. I don't want to see them pussyfoot around these kids. I want, at least with Blake, I want Blake to be able to deal with people saying things that might trigger him. And he's like, F you, I'm not dealing with it. Do you know what I mean? Because his whole life, he's going to have to deal with his stress. If he has this stress now, he's going to have something else later on. This won't last forever with this type of the trigger being the throw up thing, but the sickness, being sick, that's a trigger for him. You know what I mean? But
mm,
I think he's going to have these issues his whole life, right? So he has to be able to block out what people say, shove it to the side, and
but
just be
that's
like,
a
whatever.
skill. That's not a skill that, you know, someone can learn overnight.
Right,
It's a
right,
skill he's going to have to practice, and
right. And I keep reinforcing and reinforcing and reinforcing.
yeah,
And that's all I can do.
and it takes time, and some people
Yeah.
either can learn how to regulate in those kind of situations,
Mm-hmm.
um, where others cannot,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not saying that he can't, but because he's very young, so,
Yeah.
but
But yeah, that's what's going on. I mean, it is what it
kids
is.
are
That's
resilient,
they
I
are.
find
They
that,
are.
they
They
get
are. And you know
everything.
what? You do your best. You know what I mean? You do your
Yeah.
best. And especially nowadays, everybody's offended with everything. I can't. And I'm
Oh,
not
I
gonna,
know. I know. I know.
you know what I mean? Like I said, what I mean, we laughed and joked about it, and I wanted Blake to be okay and comfortable with laughing and joking about it, and he did. Right. So now next time he can hopefully just brush it all off and not worry and be
Yeah.
like, whatever. It didn't happen last time to me, so it's not gonna happen today.
Mhm. Mhm.
And hope for the best. But that's what I'm going through, it's all these little things, you know, with
Yeah.
it's life, right? It's sports, it's
It's life, it's growing pains, it's
right.
experiences, it's all
It's growth,
and it
baby.
builds,
Growth.
right, it builds a character, builds your character, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. I've been talking about growth all week. So that's just a part of it,
mhm.
you know.
Growing pains.
Yipper.
And yes, growing is painful,
It is.
especially, when
Especially when your feet are jacked up.
yeah, girl. Yeah, girl.
I had to throw that back again.
Oh my
I
God.
couldn't help it because I had no idea we were going to talk about your feet today.
Never know what we're gonna talk about.
You
Hey,
never
listen,
know.
you gotta keep it real because it's real life problems for
Yeah.
women in footwear, and definitely my stilettos and high heel wearing for so many decades has definitely been not uh not a good outcome for me in my mature years.
My mature years.
My mature years. So,
AARP is coming up.
oh girl, I've been there for a while already. So keep laughing because you're gonna catch up.
I'm
Keep
getting all the
laughing.
emails. So hey, I get them and I'm like, these mother effers,
You're
why are
gonna
they sending
catch
me this shit?
up. You're gonna catch up. Oh my God.
Oh boy. Well, this is always, always entertaining.
Always, always.
Always, always. What's our takeaway today? Wear good shoes and blow off all the bullshit that people say to you. Teach your kids to
Yeah,
do the
I
same.
mean, hey man,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, real life stuff.
Yeah.
It's just it's life.
Yep. Yep.
But we are coming up on Labor Day
Mm-hmm.
weekend. Any interesting plans?
No. No. I
Me
am gonna
neither.
clean out some things. I'm gonna be home. I'm gonna be cleaning out some things. I'm gonna be cleaning out Blake's room. I'm gonna be cleaning out things I gotta get rid of, moving shit
Gotcha.
around in the garage to get everything in order.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, for
I don't really have
fall. Yeah,
anything planned,
that's all I'm doing. My mother's gonna come help me. Yay for me.
yeah,
She's got
that's
an
good.
agenda though. She's like, I'm gonna be there 10 o'clock in the morning. You better be ready because I'm there to work. I was like, oh shit. I gotta get up on Saturday and work with my mother.
Mm, That's gonna be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, she's the boss of me. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm,
When she comes to help and do things, she's like, let's go, let's move, do this, do that. I was like, okay.
yeah.
That's why I call her because I'm like, I need your assistance. Really, I need
Yeah.
your pit bull approach. Thanks.
Pit bull approach. That's
Her
funny.
pit bull, that's what I call it, pit bull approach with Linda.
Well, enjoy your upcoming um weekend,
You too,
but
you
be
too.
sure to rest because
Mhm.
Labor Day is coming up, and
Yeah.
should take the time and
I'll
rest,
be getting,
refuel,
yeah. I'll be
get
getting some
ready for
sun in. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna have a few drinks. I'm gonna sit in the sun. I got a
There you
plan.
go. There
After
you go.
Linda, after Linda makes me work.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna be just chilling, kind of doing the same. I don't really have anything planned, but who knows?
You
Who
never
knows
know.
what might materialize
Yeah.
on the weekend. But as always, Cheeky, it's been great hanging with you.
You too.
And we'll be back next week.
Hmm. We're gonna have a guest coming up soon. Soon. We're gonna
Hmm.
bring Cheryl back. Yep.
That's good. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, we're
Looking
gonna bring her
forward
back.
to it.
All right, all right.
Well, have a great rest of your week and weekend. And remember, everyone, you're listening to Webb's Women.
Where exposure brings strength.